Remembering Malcolm Jamal Warner, a beacon of hope, a life well lived. There are certain faces that become part of our lives, not because we knew them personally, but because they walked with us through our childhood, lit up our screens, and showed us what possibility looked like. Malcolm Jamal Warner was one of those faces. As Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, he was America's big brother, a symbol of intelligence, humor, and heart. But beyond the sitcom fame, Malcolm built a legacy as a poet, a musician, a director, and an activist. Now, as we say goodbye, we celebrate the man who didn't just play a role, he played a purpose. This is the story of Malcolm Jamal Warner, actor, artist, and unwavering beacon of hope. Malcolm Jamal Warner was born on August 18, 1970 in Jersey City, New Jersey. Raised by a single mother who also served as his manager, Malcolm was drawn to the arts early. He attended the Professional Children's School in New York City, a training ground for young performers. But nothing could prepare him or us for what happened in 1984. At just 14 years old, Malcolm was cast as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, a groundbreaking sitcom that redefined Black representation on television. Theo wasn't just a character. He was relatable. He was funny, flawed, ambitious, and cool. And in many ways, he gave young viewers, especially Black boys, permission to be all those things too. The Cosby Show ran for 8 seasons, and Malcolm grew up before our eyes. But even as the show rocketed him to fame, he never let it define him. He was always thinking about what came next. After The Cosby Show ended in 1992, the world waited to see if Malcolm Jamal Warner would fall into the child star trap. He didn't. Instead, he became a rare success story. He studied directing, he honed his craft, and slowly but surely, he carved a path most never saw coming. He directed episodes of hit shows like All That, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and even The Cosby Show itself in its later seasons. But acting remained in his blood. Malcolm took roles in Jeremiah, Malcolm and Eddie, and later showed incredible dramatic range in Sons of Anarchy and The People vs. O.J. Simpson American Crime Story. In 2015, he won an Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series for his role in American Crime. It was more than a trophy, it was a reminder that talent doesn't fade, it deepens. Off-screen, Malcolm was just as dynamic. An accomplished spoken word poet and jazz musician, he fronted his own band, Miles Long, blending funk, jazz, and poetry into something that felt intimate and revolutionary. He released several albums, with his 2015 project Selfless earning critical acclaim for its depth and social commentary. On stage, he spoke about identity, mental health, and injustice, topics many shy away from. In his music and poetry, you saw the man behind the fame. You heard the pain, the love, the honesty. You heard someone who didn't just want to entertain, but to heal. Malcolm once said, quote, "Art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable." He lived that. In his later years, Malcolm focused on storytelling with impact. He starred in the medical drama The Resident as Dr. A.J. Austin, a role that showed him as a strong, brilliant Black doctor navigating a broken system. It was one of his most powerful performances. It wasn't just acting, it was advocacy. He also spoke openly about fatherhood, faith, and finding balance in a chaotic world. Those close to him described him as grounded, gentle, and fiercely intentional. Even as his public appearances became less frequent, his legacy only deepened. Whether performing at a jazz club, mentoring young Black actors, or writing poetry about the ache of injustice, Malcolm never stopped creating. He never stopped giving, and then he was gone. His passing wasn't just the end of a career. It was the silencing of a voice that had been guiding us quietly all along. Malcolm Jamal Warner's life was never about being the most famous. It was about being meaningful. He showed us that success doesn't have to be loud. The art can evolve, that you can outgrow the box the world puts you in. He reminded us that being black and brilliant wasn't a contradiction, it was a birthright. He stood for thoughtful masculinity, for emotional intelligence, for excellence without ego. And for millions of viewers across the globe, especially young black boys growing up without role models, he was proof that it could be done, that you could be seen, that you could be more than what the world expected of you. As we say goodbye to Malcolm Jamal Warner, we don't just mourn, we remember, we reflect, and we give thanks. Thanks for the laughter, thanks for the music, thanks for the poetry and the presence. Thanks for walking the walk when it would have been easier to coast. His legacy is not just etched in television history, it's embedded in the hearts of those who found hope in his journey. So let this be your reminder. You don't have to be perfect to make an impact. You just have to show up with purpose, like Malcolm did, every time. If this tribute moved you, please consider liking this video, leaving a comment below about your favorite Malcolm moment, and subscribing to this channel. We're here to honor the stories of those who shaped us, and you won't want to miss what's next. Until then, rest easy, Malcolm Jamal Warner. You were more than an actor, you were a light, and the world is forever better because you were in it.